Hi guys, Jessica here from the Healing Hands Duo, and today I'm going to be doing a video about essential oils. This video was actually requested by one of my viewers, so I've been meaning to get around to doing it for quite some time. I just wanted to make sure that I had as much information as possible going into this video as I do try to do with all of my videos. So with that said, today I'm going to be doing the video about essential oils, but what I'll be talking about specifically is how to choose a good quality essential oil, as well as how to use these essential oils safely. By all means, I am absolutely no expert in essential oils. I have been using them for personal use for, I would say, the last maybe 6 or 7 years now. I just find them absolutely amazing. You can use essential oils for various different reasons throughout your home, as well as for personal hygiene, as well as cleaning, and that's exactly what I use them for. I've heard of people ingesting essential oils as for the medicinal properties, and I have in fact done that, but not with the essential oils like this, where you would actually find them in a bottle and put them into water. I think that is a practice that I would recommend many people stay away from doing, unless of course you are being directly instructed to do so by a practitioner. And in that sense, you want to be seeing somebody that's certified and knows how to ingest these essential oils safely, like a certified aromatherapist, which most of them will not recommend ingesting essential oils either, or of course a practitioner. There are a lot of companies. In this instance, I worked for a nutraceutical company, and we did actually produce a line of, I guess, homeopathic products that included essential oils in their formulas. So if it was something that was already put together in a gel cap that was actually created and is being distributed by professional line, then by all means I would feel safe about consuming essential oils that way. However, I would not really recommend, and I will not recommend throughout any of my videos on essential oils, that somebody, take some of these drops and drop them into water. And the main reason for that is because essential oils are just that. They do not dilute in water very well. Again, if anybody in basic chemistry here, oils and water do not mix. So by putting them in your water, it's not really mixing into the water. So when you are drinking them, you are basically taking these essential oils neat. And in that case, I would strongly suggest against that, because you can cause esophageal damage as well as stomach damage to the delicate stomach lining. So I would not recommend that. Not to mention, if you are not taking these properly and you're not doing it under the supervision of a practitioner, you can cause kidney or liver overburden or damage. So again, ingesting essential oils, I personally, unless it's coming directly from a supplement company, and in that case it needs to be, in my opinion, it needs to be a professional line, I would not recommend doing that. However, with that said, essential oils still have many healing benefits and can be used in many different ways throughout your home. For instance, you can use them topically, so long as you're properly diluting them with a carrier oil. In that case, I tend to use fractionated coconut oil, but my favorite is sweet almond oil. There are plenty of carrier oils that you can use in order to mix your essential oils so that you can apply them topically. And again, I do not recommend applying essential oils, because I've literally seen people online who will take like an essential oil and they'll just drop a little bit of it on their wrist and kind of rub it in, or rub it into their areas where there's their glandulars. I do not recommend doing that. Essential oils are extremely potent. Your skin is one of the largest organs on your entire body, and it does absorb everything that you put on topically. So again, please people, dilute all of your essential oils before applying them topically. Another great way to use essential oils, as most of you probably use them, is to diffuse them in a diffuser. This is one of the biggest reasons why I actually started getting into essential oils. I was using it, I'm not gonna lie, I for years was obsessed with making my house smell pretty. So for the longest time I was using chemical, air fresheners. Like, I prefer not to mention any names, but some of them really popular ones out there, and I had all those plugins all over the house. And actually it was probably when I was a little bit younger, maybe into my teen years, that I noticed that my mom used to be obsessed with them as well, and she would put them all over our house, and I would get the absolute horrendous migraines from having all of these smells throughout my house. And I think that's probably when I started looking into why I was so sensitive to chemical smells. And the first thing I noticed was, again, the air fresheners throughout the home, and then it started to gradually get a little bit worse. When you have things like Lyme or any autoimmune disease, you are quite sensitive to various things. And because I get what's often called or referred to as aura migraines, I get really sensitive to smell and taste and light. So people wearing really strong perfume, or homes that use, things to clean their house, like, any type of chlorine, or what else, for instance, any type of ammonia products, anything like Windex or anything like that, tends to really get to me. So that was one of the reasons I started looking into essential oils. And the first thing I started doing with them is I started to diffuse them. I would diffuse things like, in the winter months, I would diffuse things like cinnamon, because it would give the house that warm feeling, during the holiday season. And then in the summer months, I would do a lot of citrus types of essential oils, like sweet orange, and grapefruit is my absolute favorite. And then I would do lemon, and again, peppermint is a really great one to diffuse in your essential oils diffuser if you get a lot of migraines and stuff like that. So that's what I use them primarily for, is for diffusing them. The other thing that is really great about essential oils is, like I said, you can use them topically, and I have used them topically, whether it be on my skin, or you could make your own perfume from them, and I've done that. I've made a body spritzer, or I've done a roll-on oil that I carry around in my purse using grapefruit and ylang ylang, and maybe on Friday I'll show you how to make that formula. The other thing is you could make a hair spritzer, and there are various different essential oils, and again, I'll talk about that on Friday, which ones you can use that are safe for using in your hair and what to actually dilute it with. The other one is for making my own homemade cleaning products. I have been doing this now for 3 or 4 years. I'm not gonna lie, when I get lazy, I just go over to the natural health food store and I do pick up cleaning products that are already made. Most of them contain some type of essential oils, but lately I have been making my quartz cleaner, which contains antibacterial essential oils like tea tree, as well as vodka. And again, Friday, I will probably post the description or the ingredients that I use to make that. The other thing that I use essential oils quite often for in my house is to freshen my clothes or fabrics throughout my house. Again, I make like an air deodorizer and fabric deodorizer. I also use those Woolies balls that you can buy, and what I do is I usually put a couple of drops on that, and then I throw that into my dryer, because you will not find me using dryer sheets in my house whatsoever. I know some people love them because they are very potent, but with that potent smell there is a lot of chemical, and they are quite carcinogenic, and they have been linked, or I have at least read that they have been linked to various different lung conditions. So I will not use fabric sheets. I just wanted to touch base on some of the things that I've been noticing currently out in the market. In the last 10 years, I've mentioned this before, is I've seen that essential oils have completely blown up, and I'm seeing them everywhere now. You can see them in health food stores, you can see them in grocery stores, I've seen them at convenience stores. Of course, there are the famous MLM companies that are currently distributing them. All essential oils are not made the same, and you can find various different price points when it comes to the essential oil lines that are currently available out there. I've seen anything from a couple of dollars per bottle up to $110 a bottle for a bottle of frankincense, and it was either a 5 ml or a 10 ml. So there is quite a difference, and it does make sense that there is a difference from bottle to bottle, as well as to, brand to brand. The way that most essential oils are priced is based on the species of the plant that is being used. So for instance, if you're using a more rare species of a particular plant, that essential oil is obviously going to cost a lot more money than, say, for instance, something that is readily available like citrus fruit essential oils that come from lemon or oranges. So that makes sense. Where things seem to fall a little short and don't make a lot of sense is when you have companies that are pretty much using the same distillation process and the same quality of essential oils. They're both classifying themselves as therapeutic grade, and they're both organic and generally getting their plants from the same geographical area, but yet say one bottle, and I've seen this where one bottle is like could be about $40 and say one bottle could be $100, and you really have to question how clean the end product actually is. I'm not saying that I would discredit the bottle that's $100. I'm just saying that, or the one that's $40 is lesser of a quality, and in most cases it's really about personal judgment and about doing your own personal research on that particular company, because I think with some of these more expensive brands, what you're really paying for is the, you know, packaging of the product. For third party, you're paying for the marketing of that company. So you really have to watch, or you have to look into things like that. Again, I would strongly suggest anytime you want to purchase an essential oil, I'm going to give you like 13 different criteria that you want to look for when looking for a quality essential oil.
One of the highest standards for essential oils is to ensure that they are chemotyped quality, 100% pure and 100% natural. Whenever possible, look for companies who pride themselves on organic farming and obtaining raw materials from such practices. Look for essential oils that are being developed by laboratories that are specialized in scientific and medical aromatherapy. Each batch of essential oil is botanically and biochemically defined and scientifically analyzed by gas chromatography. They must be identified by two Latin names, as Latin is the universally recognized language in botany. The first name designates the genus and the second the species. They go through a double analysis, which means they are tested by the company's labs as well as an independent outside laboratory, and the part of the plant being tested is clearly specified. Make sure the raw ingredients are genetically modified free. You'll also want to make sure that the company is GMP certified, which stands for Good Manufacturing Practices. Make sure that there are technical sheets and samples for every batch of essential oil that is produced by the company. Make sure you are purchasing products from a company that has just as much respect for the environment and endangered species as it does for the quality of their end products. Just because an essential oil can be used by adults does not mean it is necessarily safe for children or your pets, so always be sure to check the provided instructions that come along with your essential oil. Be sure to switch up your essential oils often, and make sure that you don't use one for too long or too often, as you can gradually build up intolerances leading to possible allergic reactions. Generally, if you like to diffuse your essential oils, a good rule of thumb is to diffuse your essential oils for 4 hours and then turn your diffuser off for the same amount of time. I'm sure there are great essential oil blends out there, but I have chosen to stay away from most of the blends because singular oils are less likely to be diluted with other carrier oils. And I'm personally very sensitive to a lot of scents, so I prefer to mix my own blends. Always dilute your essential oils with carrier oil, like fractionated coconut oil or my personal favorite sweet almond oil, before applying essential oils to your skin. Never apply them neat. Always risk test the oils before using it all over your body, and be cautious that some oils will make you photosensitive to sunlight, such as most citrus essential oils.
So, just to kind of briefly give you an idea, I picked up these 4 here at the local Marshalls, and they were in a little pack, and there's just like I believe a sweet orange, a tea tree, and just some basic ones, lemongrass and eucalyptus. I think the entire package was like $20, so that meant that each of these bottles were about $5, a little bit over $5 each. So, you know, I do question that. This name brand here is By Nature, and it says here it's from New Zealand. So anyway, that was a very cheap essential oil. At the time I had purchased it, to be honest, I don't even know if these ones are even expired because I did purchase them quite a while ago, but I was using these ones specifically to use on my Woolies dryer balls, and I was using these to drop them into my bucket of water that I use with a little bit of vinegar to clean my floors. So that's what I use those for. I never put these ones on topically, and I never diffused these ones either. The other ones, I actually received a diffuser at Christmas time for my sister, and I received this name brand here, which are Saje. And to be honest, this was picked up at a they have their own franchise here in Canada. I don't know if this is I don't know if they have their stores in the States. I did do a little bit of research on them, however, and to be honest, I've used like 4 or 5 different of their blends, and this is another thing. I choose not to use blends anymore because I find all the blends give me a headache, and then with all the different essential oils in there, it's hard to determine which one it is that I'm reacting to. Again, I think their store is very, very beautiful, and I think, you know, maybe perhaps you're paying some of the higher prices for that. And the other thing, to be honest, the blends, like I said, most of them gave me a headache. The only one I did like by them, I think, was the Citrus Dream. So I actually did go through that whole entire one. Another brand that I've used, and to be honest, I will pick them up, but this brand is actually fairly expensive. These bottles are only 5 milliliters large, or small, I should say, however you look at it. And the name is Awaken My Senses Organics. I believe this is a local company. Yep, they have a Canadian little heart there on the back, so I believe they're Canadian. Again, I really like these essential oils. I have nothing bad to say about this company. 100% pure and organic. The only thing is they are a bit costly for the size of the bottle. This next brand, I don't know what to think of it. I've used some by this company and I've used others by this company, and the name is Aromaforce. They say they're 100% pure and natural as well, and that their essential oils are undiluted. But I have actually picked up a few, I picked up two. I think their frankincense was one that I've used by them, and for some reason I feel like there's something else in there other than just the essential oil itself. I think it must be a remnant or something like that, because the essential oil, even the cap, was extremely sticky. So obviously there was something else, because essential oils should just basically feel like, when you put a drop on your finger in between your two fingers, it basically should feel like water. And I will link to, at the end of this video, I will link to another YouTube channel, and she is absolutely amazing at telling you what to look for in essential oils when looking for a quality essential oil. So I'll definitely link to her page. But from what I get, the other thing is she said that essential oils are supposed to be fairly clear, and this one I picked up, in the frankincense, I've picked up a lot of yellow undertones. So again, that to me says there's something else in there. This is another brand, but they are called the Aromatherapist. But I've been using this brand for a couple of years as well. I love their dark bottles as well, because again, any of these essential oils, anytime you pick up an essential oil, you want to make sure that the glass is very dark, either in this color or brown, because essential oils are extremely volatile, and if they are exposed to UV light, they will degrade the essential oil. So I really love the packaging on this one. But the other thing is, I found the oils to be of really good quality. I did look up the company. They seem pretty clean to me. The other one, I'm saving the best one for last. The other one is Devine Essence, and it's an EcoCert, fairly large bottle, which makes me question the efficacy of this product. It was a Zen meditation blend that I bought. To be honest, it gives me a headache, so I very rarely use it. I'm just using it for cleaning right now. To be honest, don't have a lot to say about it. I didn't feel like it was an amazing brand or anything like that. Nothing really stood out to me, so I don't know that I will be purchasing them again. This is another one that I think I've seen around a lot, and they are considered, I think, a lower end essential oil, but they have an organic line. It's called Cacia. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And I've purchased this one by accident thinking it was the organic one. It is not. Again, I use these for making some of my cleaning products. I don't necessarily know that I would use these to diffuse or topically. I have heard that they're a fairly decent company, and some people do use them for diffusion. It's just, I felt like there were some things lacking in this essential oil. Now I'm going to get to my favorite brand, and that is Pranarôm. Here they are. Is a company I've been using for a few months now. And the reason why I absolutely love this company, and again, I will link to all their information down below in the description, so I strongly recommend you go ahead and you read their website. I just like that these essential oils apparently are distributed in some European countries through a pharmacy. I picked this up at my local health food store, and the store that I picked them up at is called Goodness Me. That is a Canadian franchise, but they carry a lot of professional line supplements. It's another reason why I kind of trust them for carrying essential oils, because that means that they have to have somebody that's certified there to be carrying these particular essential oils, as well as some of the supplements that they carry. They not only produce essential oils, but they produce supplements, they produce other topicals that are already pre-mixed with essential oils. They produce, I guess, a skincare line as well, just a bunch of different stuff. I haven't been able to see some of their other stuff at my local health food store, so I might have to look into purchasing them online if I can even do that. I haven't seen anywhere where you can purchase them directly. I think you do need to get these through a health food store or a practitioner of some sort. But like I said, I really, so far, I find that here I have a frankincense and a cloves. I did have a spearmint and a peppermint, but I ran out because I use them so often. The thing I loved about them is that they come in these bottles. And as you can see here, again, you've got the dark glass to protect the essential oil. But the thing that I really loved about this particular company is how much information each of their essential oils comes with. And for anybody that is not an expert like myself on essential oils, I think this is so important to be including all of this information with the essential oils, because again, you need to use essential oils like you're using a medicine, and you need to be extremely cautious when using essential oils. I've heard people causing major allergic reactions, skin ailments, kidney problems, liver problems by using essential oils incorrectly. So if you're not seeing a certified aromatherapist or practitioner, you better make sure you're doing tons of research on the essential oil that you want to be using in your home, whether it be on your skin or in your diffuser. So that's why I love them. They take the guesswork out of it. And the way that they do that is that everything you could, first of all, most essential oils come like this, without a box. This one actually comes inside a box. And on this box, the thing that I absolutely love about this company is that, like I said, it includes pretty much all the information you could possibly want to know about the essential oil. First of all, it includes their name. It tells you that it's organic. It tells you that it is an essential oil. It's 100% pure and natural. It gives you the English name, as well as the 2 Latin names on the front of the box, which is very important. If you see essential oils like this one, where it says tea tree, but it doesn't give you the Latin name, I really question if this is even really tea tree, or if this is maybe a couple of drops of tea tree and the rest of it is some type of carrier oil. So that's a definite red flag. You want to make sure that it has the Latin name right on the bottle and the box. The other thing is it tells you what part of the plant this essential oil was extracted from and distilled from. So for instance, this one is a spearmint, and it said it came from the twig flowering, so you definitely want to look for that. Another thing that I really liked about this is it tells you, and this is another misconception. I think people pick up essential oils and they think that you can use every essential oil every which way. Most people believe, like, say for instance, you pick up a cinnamon oil, that you can diffuse that cinnamon oil. You can put that cinnamon oil on topically. You could ingest that cinnamon oil, and that is, for the most part, not true. There are some essential oils that are actually poisonous if you ingest them. There are others that can create a photosensitive effect if you apply them to your skin. And then there are other ones that can even cause, if you diffuse them, can actually cause lung irritation. So it is strongly suggested that if you're picking up an essential oil and you really love the scent of it, please look into how you can use that essential oil safely. Is that it'll literally list on the top of the box here on the side how you are supposed to use this essential oil. For instance, in this case, this is spearmint, and it tells you that you can either use it through inhalation or it can be used topically. So I love that. It tells you which ways to use it. It also gives you the ingredients in the product. The other thing that I really loved on this is it mentions the dosing. A lot of essential oils don't mention dosing. So it tells you if you want to create some type of a topical, it says here, add 1 to 4 drops to 5 milliliters of neutral vegetable carrier oil. And it'll tell you that way. It'll tell you to put 1 to 6 drops undiluted inside of your essential oils diffuser. So it gives you the actual dosing. So it takes the guesswork about how many drops you need to use. The other thing is it contains the cautions and warnings, because that's another big one that I'm not seeing about these essential oils, is that people think, adults, children, pets, pregnant women alike can use every essential oil, and that is completely false. And that is something that I think you all need to look into, because what is good for an adult doesn't necessarily mean it is going to be good for a child or your pet, or the fact that some of these essential oils, they do play with your hormones, so you do need to make sure that you can use them if you're pregnant as well. And with this company, I really love that online I found another company that's selling their products that actually goes through all the details, and it tells you like what ages you could use the essential oil, for how long you should use the essential oil, if you're pregnant, which essential oils not to use. And again, all that information will be linked in my description below. I had only wished that years ago I would have been able to find a video like that or an essential oil like this that basically took all the guesswork out, because at that point I was picking up books and I was picking up all these various different essential oils, and I was trying to figure out which ones I could use and which ones I couldn't use. And you know, I made all the mistakes. Amazing. I love, you know, like it just has everything you need to know right on the box. And then it even goes into the known adverse reactions for the product and possible reactions. The other thing on the back of the box here is it gives you all of their certification labels. The other thing is I didn't keep it because this is an older box, but when you opened up the box, inside the box, with obviously having the product, which was the bottle, it also came with a pamphlet that goes over an overview of the essential oil as well. So it had even more information. And I don't even understand how they're able to do this and how they're able to keep their prices lower. Because like I said, the quality seems to be there. The prices are between, like, I would say some of them are cheap, on the cheaper side, 15 bucks or something like that Canadian. Some of the others are a little bit more expensive. I think the most expensive that I've seen was the Roman Chamomile at about $40 or $50 a bottle. But like I said, they come in these beautiful boxes. They have a pamphlet to tell you how to use them, and you know, the packaging is fairly decent, the bottles are fairly decent, the sizes are fairly decent. I have nothing bad to say about this company so far. I'm just hoping that if anybody knows any information about this and you have found any other different, oh, the other thing is which is something I forgot to mention, is that they have the expiration date on the bottom of this box as well, which is also very important, because I think people think essential oils last forever, but because they are volatile and they do expire. If you find any information regarding this company, because I feel like this company is fairly new to Canada. Again, I believe they're in many different European countries, but if you find anything that maybe proves me wrong about the company, please do list it in my comments below. I am always open to new ideas, to other types of essential oils. And I'm always willing to try new things. And if you know something that I don't, I would be more than happy for you to share it with me as well as my viewers. So if you have, you know, taken this essential oil and if you've done testing from a third-party lab yourself and you have found that they do splice it with any type of, you know, fillers, or they dilute their essential oils, I'd love to know about that, but so far haven't heard anything bad about them. Okay, now I actually want to talk about the MLM companies, and the two most popular ones out there are doTerra and Yong Living. And to be honest, I think these companies both carry quality products. I've heard lots of amazing things about these products. I actually have a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine named Melissa, who is a distributor of the Yong Living products, and if you are interested in purchasing Yong Living products, I will include her information below. She would be more than happy, I'm sure, to answer any of your questions about Yong Living products. So if that is something you're interested in purchasing, I will link her information down below. I don't know a distributor for doTerra. However, you know, doTerra is the same thing. A lot of people are like, I would absolutely not purchase from an MLM company. They're too expensive and whatnot. But I know that they have also had a lot of positive things said about them over the years, and people who seem to distribute their products, or who are also people who use their products, seem to absolutely love them. So again, I have no personal experience with either of those brands, so I have nothing bad to say about either of them. And if that's something that you wanted to try, like I said, I will include my friend's information down below, and you can contact her directly for Yong Living essential oils. And as for doTerra, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in the documentary The Truth for Cancer, A Global Quest by Ty Bollinger, I believe the essential oil that was used, which was, I believe it was frankincense and myrrh, that was used in a young woman that supposedly says she helped to cure I believe a tumor that was growing on her head. I believe the products she was using was from doTerra, was the frankincense from doTerra. I believe I went out to Oh man, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago now. I went out to a convention in Toronto. I got to meet Ty directly, Ty and his wife directly. So went over to the doTerra booth, and of course the gentleman there that was distributing the products for that general local territory or area had also confirmed that it was the frankincense in that documentary was from doTerra that they were using to help with curing cancer. Again, I can't make any claims towards curing any type of disease. So again, if you're interested in that, please do your own research and look into that directly. I just thought I would pass that along since I got to meet some of the people directly from that documentary. I think I've included as much information as I could about how to choose a quality essential oil. And again, if you need more information on how to do that, I will link to a bunch of different things that I kind of sourced over the years that I look into when wanting to try and purchase a new essential oil or try a new company, as well as, you know, YouTube channels or contacts that I know that could probably help you a little bit further. I appreciate you guys coming back here every week to watch our videos. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to our channel. And if you haven't done so already, there is a little bell, I think somewhere up there, that if you press that, that will send you notifications as to when I upload new videos. So again, it helps us immensely to subscribe to our channel and of course to come and watch us every week. I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. On to the next point. Telephone! The phone is ringing. We're under a flight path, so planes fly by, like, just dropping all of their chemtrails all over my house and all over me.